Is that Haster? Is it my boy? First back up. It's versus Combatant. I like that name though. Got himself a Reflect with a, what do you call it? A monstrosity, a horror, chasing after him immediately. As Haitian trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a... I like the feather play. Oh, look at the feathers. He's got himself an out. He's got himself an escape left and escape right, which always he's got to go. Trinket immediately fear onto combat to break it out of it with the Zerka's Rage. Haster getting absolutely demolished right now with the damage he's taking. Combatant trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in. Quick fear before Haster can even get a cast. This guy got some full bleeds, full damage. Haster with a quick stun. It is a DR though. Does not have a reflect here, does not have an interrupt. Hater may be looking for a disperse. Might still be not completely out of the woods just yet though. Big leap by the warrior. Quick interrupt. Hater got himself. Those feathers are really cashing in right now. Able to at least outrun the warrior far enough away to be able to get himself a heal or two. Just looking for those flash heals here and there. As combatant, full stun. Locking Haster down. No trinket, no disperse, no outs anymore. So it's really going to come down to Haster utilizing crowd control and any kind of utility to try to see if he can live this. But I don't think he's got the health he needs to make it happen. Into a no-miss racial to break out of the priest route immediately. Haster does have PI, but at this point, what can you do? As this is absolute terror. The terror that is the size of a boot is absolutely tearing you apart. Big Blazestorm just to break out of that CC, leaping out, and Decode immediately charges in as a warrior immediately defensive to rotate out, trying to catch up whatever healing he can. Then it's going to be back-to-back stuns that are super DR'd. And combatant maybe looking at a potentially, I don't know if he's got a battle master trinket, I don't know if he's got any kind of survivability. This could be lights out unless he can get Decode out in the open. Stun him, go for impending victory. Maybe still can get impending victory. Ah, no, it's just too much damage, too many bleeds. Unless you have that heal available right then and there as the fellow slinks away behind the pillar, there isn't much you can do. But man, well done, honestly. Essential is up next, going in for full stuns, into a Barkskin for Decode. Full bleeds are out. He's got himself the death mark too, or the Reaper's, it is a death mark actually. Well, okay, not a death mark, but like Deathstalker mark. Close enough, right? Essential could get himself lots of big damage. That could be potentially a big guaranteed 100% crit in Venom too. This is going to be a big spike. Decode, back it up out for a second. Incarnation. Flavor of the month Pharaohs. I stand on that. Dude, Pharaohs are looking really, really good, aren't they? I wonder if it's like one of those things where Pharaohs are having a strong start, but like as we get better gear, they won't scale well, or what happened? Because they weren't like insanely popular all beta either, or like they weren't like everywhere like, you know, mages were. Essentially just out. Essential was just at some point he's like, you know what, it's over, I'm just gonna take that one. As is gonna be Demonica, no, right up next, trying to get himself a proper go. I went to the Feral with a Sigil of Fear into a massive Sigil Hunt to follow right after. The Feral could be in a lot of trouble, does go for the wall as the Demon Hunter looking for a big cleave down. Thorns are up and Decode realizing that his health is kind of low. Wall is down, has Heart of the Wild, but it may not be enough. He decides, you know what, I think I need to let the bleeds do its thing. Ursos, let Rights bleed out there for a little bit. Try to see if he can escape the Ursos, but it does pull him back in, gripping him right back into the same spot. Goes in for a quick stampede to try to see if he can escape. The Demon Hunter is able to catch him with a quick stun. Bash back to reverse it onto Rights. It could be enough damage potentially for Decode. Got himself a full re-stealth rake too, so that should be the most amount of bleed damage. They're just going to whittle out Rights. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill him, but it's definitely going to get him pretty low. Unless he can escape the Feral Druid's reset, or at least deny the reset, I think he might be in a lot of trouble, because next a Rake stun and a bite could be the end of you. Does end up avoiding the stun of the Feral, stuns him back instead actually. Rights may not have a lot of health to work with, picking up a little bit of self-healing with even more souls, charging out. Quick immunity as Decode goes in for a stun. Decode, all he can do is maybe go for Cyclone. Imprisoned right before that even happens. I-Beam for Rice does get restunned back up. He has Darkness. If the Feral stays on him with Incarnation, that could be an opportunity to use Darkness, but the Feral is playing it super defensively. Hold on a second, Heart of the Wild and everything. Rights, as long as he keeps the Feral out of cat form and in bear form instead, he could actually beat up on the Feral and use that leech healing to escape and recover a little bit of health. Darkness as the bites comes through either way though. And Rights, all he can do is maybe try to see if he can bait the Feral over. Bails out of there. bails out of the arena. The Feral is a bit much for these boys right now. I think Feral may actually be, maybe Warp is right. Maybe Feral is flavor of the month. Who knows, right? They definitely were not a flavor. At least I would describe it as a flavor of the month on the beta. Definitely not. They weren't bad, but like, remember Feral Druids and Shadowlands with the Necrolord shield? Feral is broken, needs a nerf, zero doubt. Is that what we're gonna be with? Is that what season 1 is gonna be like? Ferals everywhere. The cat scratch fever everywhere. Parry up for trying to run, but look at the blades. You just melted. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe Feral Druid is a little bit cracked as he goes in for a bash. Nothing you could do. Rallying cry. Got himself a Blaze Storm. Try to run. Barely into recovery. He's got second wind. Barely kicking in as he's super low on health. It does start to kick in. That's going to be a bit of a rally cry fell off, but he's still healing even a little bit. It's smidge of healing is all he's got. A smidge of healing is all he has. Was that a demolish? I certainly hope that was not a demolish. Try to go for Warbreaker. Quick stun as the Feral goes in for a stun of his own. But I think it's over, yeah? Full bleeds. How is he still alive? Second wind. Are you Colossus or are you a Slayer? I can't even tell which one. But one of them does get second winds. That like aggressively tries to heal you when you get super low on health. But how is he still alive though? One bite, two bite. He does pick up a little bit of health. Hold on, parry up in 28 seconds. I don't know if that'll be enough. But maybe he can get aggressive. No, it looks like the bites and the bleeds and the thorns were enough to take him out. Demonica trying to see if he can get himself one more kill, potentially take out the Feral Druid. Decode immediately with the thorns. Got himself a full. Was that a root on Demonica? Might have been a root. He did get was able to shake him off completely. As is going to be Decode with a quick maim onto Demonica. Could this be enough damage right now? He's got full incarnation, massive bite to follow. I'm him out of the Demon Hunter. But is it going to be enough though? He has no health whatsoever. He's running out on lost time, borrowed time rather, and Decode does end up taking it. You guys, when he said Feral might be kind of busted. Hope he been like this since long ago. What Feral being. Hold on a second. Wasn't Dragonflight Feral was a little bit iffy? For a good bit in Dragonflight, their survivability was like really underwhelming? Or am I wrong on that? Or just is my memory wrong? I might need to double check. Or somebody in the comments of the clip, if this becomes a clip, we'll need to double check me. Yeah, Feral was bad. That's what I heard. Like Feral, all my Feral friends said, dude, it's a struggle right now. Like PvP specifically is a struggle.